this beautiful day that God has appointed the Second American Revolution to commence. I just want you all to look.
Like, he's actually asking for you to start a Second American Revolution. Do you know how dangerous that is? Like, I think we do have to step back a little bit, because this is hilarious. It's cringy. It's really sad. It doesn't sound like there's a lot of people there. This, obviously, they're all delusions of grandeur. But that's serious. That's genuinely serious. And now it's time. Here we go. Oh yeah, we got the QAnon flag. Everyone ready? Have you taken all your Brain Force Plus? Do you have your nootropic energy ready? Okay, let's do this.
And that's why the corporate media.
Oh wow, is this slowed down or is this voice shot? I've said before, if I do his voice for about 1 minute, it's toast for a little while. So maybe a lifetime has finally caught up with him.
Including Fox News will not let anybody on to show the proven fraud in Pennsylvania, in Michigan, in Arizona, in Georgia, in Nevada, and in Minnesota. President Trump won by an even bigger margin, and the evidence of fraud is flooding out. And now big tech that's allied with Communist China is even suppressing people's text messages because the criminals are scared of you. The truest thing President Trump ever said.
Man, isn't it wild how they've all turned on Fox News? What an arc. I never thought I'd see this. So, I mean, there's a big splinter. There's a disturbance in the force, everyone. I've felt it. Have you felt it? It's been building for some time now. It's here.
They're not coming after me. They're coming after you. And the globalists know there's been a populist revolution worldwide. They know from Brazil to the UK there's a huge awakening. And they know from Africa to Canada, from Russia to Japan, there's an amazing awakening all.
Africa is not a country. You got to stop doing that. It's getting weird at this point. I'm starting to think that you think Africa is a country because you've been doing this for a while. But anyways, moving on. QAnon exists in Canada. It sucks. It's just the worst. I don't understand QAnon. By the way, QAnon is effectively going through an existential crisis in the United States right now. Q just dropped one of the Q latest drops. And again, it was as ominous and QE as possible. It was... Trust, what is it? Oh, it was quoting The Dark Knight. It starts with, would you like to play a game? Oh, wait, that's not even The Dark Knight. Fuck, that's Jigsaw. It's fucking quoting Jigsaw. Oh, man, that's even worse. Okay, so yeah, it starts off with, would you like to play a game? And then moves on from that to talk about the, trust the plan. The plan was always, it's blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so it's becoming more popular in other countries. Blowing up in Canada. And by blowing up, I mean people are trying to blow shit up. Someone in Canada, a QAnoner, drove a truck through the Prime Minister's house, through the gates of the house. And of course, the gates just destroyed and totaled his truck. And then he was arrested. They found guns. They found guns in his truck. And he was trying to assassinate the Prime Minister of Canada. Normal QAnon stuff. Because that's where this all leads. And this to me is one of the most terrifying things, and most of the irresponsible things about Donald Trump doing this whole, by the way, the election was stolen from me because he's so fucking petty and childish and he's such a sore loser that he can't stand the idea that he actually just lost this election, so he's got to do this whole pompous song and dance. But he's not actually, at the end of the day, going to achieve anything. In fact, every single day, more courts have thrown out his contestations because there's no proof, right? There's no proof to what he's doing. And at the same time, this is happening. So he's scaring people. He's galvanizing people. The far-right media is running with this. Steven Crowder, Breitbart, OWN. They're all calling out Fox News as being some like communist propaganda, agitprop. Welcome, Comrade Murdoch.
As free humanity dreams of a better future, not under Bill Gates and the New World Order. So I want to salute, and I want to thank, and I want to tell you all, you're incredible. The D.C. police are believing there's upwards of 100,000 people lined all the way back from where we came from. And more are coming, and this is just the beginning, because no matter what happens with Trump, time.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
1776.
He's saying the thing, everyone. That's the year.
1776. 1776. 1776.
They're just
1776.
chanting it now. They're just chanting it.
Death to the New World Order. Death to tyranny. And life to America and our unborn children. The pedophile globalists and their attempted election steal and the Clinton blackmail rings have only summoned the sleeping giant that is America. And you are the tip of the spear. From all over this great land, old, young, male.
You know what's the wildest thing? Is that when he was going to court for custody of his children with his ex-wife, he had to lie. Or sorry, he had to admit to the lie. He had to admit to the grift. He actually said in a deposition, "This is all an act. I'm playing a character. Alex Jones is a character. It's basically so I can sell vitamins. I can dupe people to sell vitamins for incredibly expensive prices. That's it. This whole thing is a vitamin pyramid scheme. The whole thing is a grift from the ground up. That he, like, everything he does, it's a grift. I mean, I'm sure he believes a lot of the bad shittery, sure, but the whole purpose of this is to sell people overpriced vitamins. That's it, and soy, to sell people soy and overpriced vitamins. That's the entire pyramid scheme. That's the Ponzi scheme.
Black, white, gay, straight. You want the American dream. You're not letting the globalists take it. And we're unified in our love of America, our love of God, our love of President Trump, and our love of our shared vision and our red blood.
Red blood.
We are unified by our spirit that God made and our connection to the Creator and the universe and our children. And we are unified. And this is the genesis point of the new revolution of information. The Satanist pedophiles.
Yeah. Did you hear that? Did you hear that? All the members of the queer community? Guess what? You've been invited. You have a seat at the table. I mean, obviously, don't sit too close to me. I'm a little bit worried about some of you maybe having AIDS. I know that gets brought over by the frogs, and I know that's how you're created, of course. But you know, I still a seat at the table nonetheless. Just decently far away from me. That's all I ask. That's all I ask.
And so you're seeing right now their desperate operation against humanity. And make no mistake, they control the corporations. They control Hollywood. They control the blue cities and blue states and other governments.
Alex Jones is 46 years old? Holy shit. What? What? He's the Hans Mole Man. He's the living Hans Mole Man meme. I'm 46 years old. Except it's the opposite. It's the exact opposite. I'm like, oh, wow.
And they're going to stay locked down until you all go on welfare, until you all get a guaranteed universal income, so they can force you to waive your rights to be forcibly inoculated.
Yeah, grifting has ruined my life.
Task force, Biden, the fake president, says kill old people at 75. That's
Biden
Ezekiel
said that.
Emanuel.
Wow.
And Ezekiel Emanuel says, make people that get food stamps take Bill Gates' deadly vaccine. That violates the Geneva Convention. That violates the Nuremberg Code. And when you do it, you're coming at the American people with violence, and the American people have a right and a duty to resist by any means necessary. So like I told them in Dallas in a speech I gave 12 years ago, I don't know how all this fight's going to end, but if the New World Order wants a fight, you better believe they've got one.
Why are the only billionaires that they hate George Soros and Bill Gates? But that's it. But like the rest of the ones who are like actively fucking the world over on like a monstrously huge scale, it's like they're just beyond the pale. Like we never talk about them. Any of them. I mean, some of them are even sponsors of some of these shows.
Despite all their censorship, despite all their intimidation, despite all their attacks, despite all their lies trying to divide us, we are together, and we are strong, and we are unified, and we We are going to win. Trump is our president. 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 Trump is our president.
Oof, getting pretty close to some straight up Zig Hales here. Gotta temper that, everybody. Come on, remember, it's mask on, right? Well, not literal masks. Come on, because that's fake for the Chinese virus. But you know, figurative masks. Come on, keep them on, everybody. There's cameras around. All right, we gotta slow this down. Yeah, this does not look like a big crowd.
You here today are at the second July 4th, 1776.
Like, I hate Hillary Clinton. I was very sad that Hillary Clinton was who went up against Donald Trump the first time, but I still wanted Hillary Clinton to win over Donald Trump. And I remember after the loss, I was just more astounded that Donald Trump was going to be the president for years. And I thought, well, how horrible can this be? Like, let's just, you know, giddy up. I don't remember the Clinton for months or weeks afterwards. Well, it helps that Hillary Clinton didn't pull what Donald Trump's pulling and lie to everyone that she'd actually won. But I don't remember everyone doing this. There wasn't this whole like I'm with her because she's the one true president and she's my president. She won the popular vote, so that means she's technically the president, right? Because the electoral college doesn't work. Like, this is just straight up delusion.
You know what this day is? Saturday, November 14th, 2020 will be celebrated for hundreds of years as the Second American Revolution. We declare independence against the UN. We declare independence from the Communist Chinese. We declare independence from the enemy of America, CNN. And we declare independence.
You're independent of all of those. Every single thing you've listed so far, across the board. There's
Joe Biden and his demonic pedophile family.
I mean, if he's asking about financial independence, I mean, this is a lot to unpack here, Mr. Jones. I mean, Dr. Jones, come on, we gotta. I don't know if we have time. I don't know if we have time for what you're suggesting.
We believe in peace, but we are bringing you the war of information. And if you then attempt to shut our speech down and attack us, we will defend ourselves. Freedom! 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 On this beautiful day that God has appointed the Second American Revolution to commence, I just want you all to look.
Like, he's actually asking for you to start a Second American Revolution. Do you know how dangerous that is? Like, I think we do have to step back a little bit, because this is hilarious. It's cringy. It's really sad. It doesn't sound like there's a lot of people there. This, obviously, they're all delusions of grandeur. But that's serious. That's genuinely serious.
At yourselves and at your soul and realize how amazing it is that you made the trek here, and that your spirit and what you've ignited here will turn the tide against these degenerate globalists, and this is the beginning of the end of their new world order.
That one kind of slipped past.
Even if, God forbid, they kill President Trump or set up a false flag or steal this election, America is awake now, and America gets how serious the situation is, and America is rising. USA! 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 All of you that came here today, whether you've been nailed.
Yeah, I was like, where's that coming from? It definitely sounds. It sounds. No, that's not me. That's on them. Like, listen, someone's cooking. Someone's cooking in the feed, in the right side. I'm home alone right now, everybody.
Male, white, black, Hispanic, Asian, old, young. You are all as great as an American as George Washington was, because you have the spirit of liberty burning in your soul. And I can feel that incredible energy today. And I can only tell you this: things are going to get rough. Things are going to get tough. But if we expose the globalists being behind the COVID-19 bioweapon attack, and the media chicken little fear, and Fauci and Gates running the Wuhan lab that's on record. They were so scared of that. And if we simply expose that, they're going to have to back down and stop. But because they're running asymmetrical...
Cool. This is almost socialist in its scuffery. The right side, I can hear people, like, are they half in their kitchen? It's got to be someone who's broadcasting this on their laptop, and then they're, like, you know, getting the feeds back and forth. Who's ever doing that is also leaving their mic on right now.
They're able to hide the shadows, but we're here.
I'm recording Alex's speech.
Joe Biden or puppet,
I'm already out of here. We're going to lobby. Where we gotta go?
Oh, I wonder if we're gonna have a hot mic. I wonder if they're gonna suddenly say something. Oh, neat.
Okay. We know the COVID-19 lockdown is a siege operation to bankrupt us, and that China's open for business. And we know the Democrats call it a lockdown because of you in a prison. But we're not prisoners on the Democrat plantation anymore.
Democratic plantation, you say?
Plantation, and we're free. USA, 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 USA. Now.
Like, people get really offended on the left when people talk about wage slavery, or they use terms like Holocaust to talk. When vegans use terms like animal genocide or animal holocaust to refer to what we do in factory farms. People get so pissed off about that. How is no one flipping out about that term or that expression? That we live in a modern day plantation, the Democratic plantation? Like,
that's right. All these globalist Democrat mayors, they're locking us down from California to New York to Michigan to Pennsylvania. All of them are enemies and the equivalent of Nazis, and they are to be overthrown.
Horrifying.
The Supreme
Horrifying.
Court of Michigan.
He's calling for a second American Civil War and all the blood that would, you know, wreck, and the havoc that would wreck. And now he's saying that, basically telling people he's calling to arms. Like, it's no longer a meme. Alex Jones is trying to start a civil war live on the air.
These people are sick, and it's time to tell them that we are not submitting to them anymore. Now, here's the most important thing to understand.
Yeah, he's trying to start a civil war, and again, as part of his entire media empire, which is propped up to sell fucking vitamins. The whole thing is a Ponzi scheme. It's a Ponzi scheme to sell fucking vitamins, overpriced vitamins. And yet he's using it now because it's going to be really on brand. He's going to be able to do a whole ban that video. Yeah, the globalists are trying to secede us, and don't worry, 1776 will occur. 1776 version 2, 2.0, blood on soil. You know, everybody, we have to secure a homeland for our children. So every single one of you, I need you to get out there onto the streets and bring as much nootropics as I can sell you. You won't be able to start the revolution without Brain Force Plus. Every one of you, I need you to order Brain Force Plus, please. Come on, get on down and then start the civil war.
We must not submit. We must get in these people's faces every day. And the minions they've scared, we've got to educate them about what's happening. America is under attack. The globalists are making their move against us. And now, ladies and gentlemen, is just the beginning of turning the tide. We should all pray for President Trump. And I'm going to say a brief prayer and I'm done. Our Heavenly Father, we are very thankful for those that you've touched their heart to be here today. And we see your spirit moving across the land. And we thank you for your divine inspiration. We thank you for your guidance as you lead, guide, and direct us. And we pray, oh Heavenly Father, in the name of your Son, Jesus Christ, to heal our land and to put a hedge of protection up around President Trump and to protect the whistleblowers and to have their news come out and the people be awakened. And we thank you, God, for the human spirit that shines so bright across the world, but so very bright in America. And we commend you, God, for everything you've done, and thank you and ask you to give us your blessing and help us move forward against this evil. And we ask you to continue to bless our nation.
Hot mic, come on.
To you on your holy
right side, what you doing? Hot mic. Why are you doing it?
Maybe a taco salad. I don't know.
They're talking about their food. What are you eating there, honey? Oh, I think it's a salad. I was like, oh no, it appears to be a taco salad. Yeah. No, sorry, I'm broadcasting live. There's like 10,000 people watching this Alex Jones impression. It's pretty wild. He's basically talking about what we always discuss during our sexy times, which is blood and soil, how we can secure a homeland for the white Christian babies that we're about to make. So he's basically asking for the civil war. We're getting the race war, honey. This taco salad is delicious, by the way, made by immigrants. Yeah, good immigrants, and it's delicious. I love these ethnic flavors. Anyways, let's oppress non-whites. Let's get to that right now.
You got
I do. I put bacon.
We have only begun to fight. We have only
She's still talking about the food. Like, yeah, I put bacon on my salad sometimes. Hot mic. What?
begun to fight.
Oh, I think she's doing it. I think she's talking about a
We
top.
have only begun to fight.
Yeah, that's
We have
what it
only
But
begun
they
to
have blue
fight.
cheese in it. She don't like blue cheese. That's the funny thing is that she likes that salad.
my
with
God.
blue
I salute
cheese.
you all. Got some more great speakers.
I don't feel as bad for being a boomer all the time. I don't feel as bad for muting myself. Like, you know, at least I don't eat behind the scenes and tell you about my food. I haven't done that yet.
History happened here today.
She doesn't like blue cheese. I mean, why would she like blue cheese? It adulterates the white, right? I mean, it's not as white anymore because it's blue. So that's not right.
Every day, I wake up determined to deliver a better life for the people all across this nation.
The president has fought for us now for 5 years. Now it is our turn to fight for him. He chose to put it all on the line, everything.
This election is about the American people rising up and taking control over our government and over our country once again. Yeah! If victory was impossible for us,
It's been so nice, by the way. So very nice between Nick Fuentes and his boyfriend, Catboy, the other day. And just seeing all these Trump rallies, all these overlaps, the blue Lives Matter, the 3%ers, the Boogaloo Boys, the Proud Boys, to be completely and utterly vindicated. Vindicated. That's right. For the last 2 years, I have been talking about how white supremacy is overlapping between all these organizations, how it goes to the very core of the American experience right now, how white supremacy is upheld by all these structures, which are, yes, upheld by capitalism, talking about that, and how the whole thing is just a pipeline that works its way all the way down. And everyone for the longest time was fighting back against this, that no, this doesn't exist. Come on. It's not like every single person who says blue lives matter, all lives matter, that's like inherently going to say that they're part of a white supremacist organization. And to that, you are right. It's just there's some overlap, and there's some correlation, and there's some connections between all these groups. And now that everything has been turned up to 11 and they're hitting the streets, you can see, and again, these endless seas of white, MAGA-wearing, hat-wearing motherfuckers just fully going mask off. Every single... What did Catboy say the other day? I guess he was doing a competing speech to his boyfriend in the other corner, where he was just like, we have to make sure that we eradicate the Jews and all this kind of stuff. And you're like, oh, wow, okay, so you're just straight saying that now. It's you don't even care. All right, out and proud. I guess that's where we're at. And now we got Nick Fuentes on the other corner doing the exact same thing. And I will say, as horrifying as it is to see these little Nazis all grown up, Mummy's little Nazi, look at you. It is also very vindicating. It's very satisfying, because to me, it is not shocking. I'm not sitting here like, I'm sure some other streamers, who may remain nameless, might be like, whoa, that's weird. That's odd. Sorry, that was the Proud. Oh, the Proud Boys are having some kind of a whole structural meltdown right now. What? Oh, and now they're just straight up saying white supremacist stuff. Oh wow, so there was a big problem with white supremacy and the Proud Boys. That wasn't just a meme. Holy shit. Well, color me shocked.
Hey, we want to mutual aid you to get some eyeballs on your work. So if you have a leftist YouTube channel or Twitch stream or something you want us to advertise, just send us a 20 to 30 second ad using the forms at weareserfs.com. We'll do our best to help you out. And please submit once per channel.
To our gods, Unwrapped, and Xander Corbus, we shall build temples in your honor. To our monarch, Tom Spiker, we live to do your bidding. To our lords, Jeffrey Lamb, Trevor R., Stephen, Nine Tails Cosmic Fox, Aunt Josephine, Poppy Nelson, Ryan Lubin, Jimothy K. Meeble Beeps Jr., we bow meekly for your pleasure. And to our Knights of the Round Table, Josh Mickelson, Dylan Veit, Zach Christensen, Todd Buckingham, Todd Lajeunesse, Political Puppy, Ali Menthal, Jimmy Big Nuts, Andreas Chitoro, Good Poon Hates Cops, That's Solid Poon Then, Dr. Zayas, Joppy, Violent Orchard, Sophie Baby, Jack Darko, Thomas Barrington, J. Fraser Cartwright, Goofalankius, Melissa Murphy, Nicholas Marks, Alexander Thaler, Ramon Acosta, and Ali Retta Jafer. We salute you. Love you all. Peace.